Hi, I'm Katy Watson and I work with beginner gardeners, helping to give them courage and confidence in tackling their own gardens. 2 years ago, I moved out of central London and swapped my 3-metre wide city patch for this huge project of a family garden. It's super exciting, if sometimes a little intimidating. So far, I've been battling overgrown corners. I've been wrestling with pretty much every perennial weed you can think of. And this year, I'm really ramping things up. I've made some big new beds. I've been propagating like mad, making as many new plants as I can for free. And I'm finally putting into the ground some of the plants I love best. It's been a steep learning curve, and I'm really excited to have you joining me for the journey, starting with a quick tour. When we first arrived here, this was a dark wall of hollies taller than the house. So having taken them down, we were left with these big banks which are in full sun, dry, free draining and exposed. So I've been busy planting them up with all the super tough, drought tolerant plants you might find on a Grecian hillside. And right now, Euphorbia wolfenii is stealing the show with these amazing bright green bracts. The first spring bulbs are just coming through and there's loads still to come. Over here, I've been experimenting with these 3 camellias because when we arrived here, I really didn't like the big, round, blobby shapes that they've been pruned into. So I've been playing around with lifting the canopy to expose these amazing zigzagging trunks underneath. It's a pretty simple tweak, but I think it makes a massive difference. And I think I'm roughly done with this one now. Got the other 2 still to go, but I thought I'd give them a chance to finish flowering before I hack them about too much. As I've worked my way through beds full of weeds, I've tried hard to rescue as many plants as possible. And this shady bank beside me is a good example of that, because it's planted up with primroses, pulmonaria and erythroniums, all rescued from elsewhere in the garden and brought together here for a fresh start. It's a nice reminder of the fact that sometimes you already have brilliant plants in the garden. They just need a bit of love and planting in the right spot. Right, on to some planting, and today I'm going to be planting crocosmia, which is a fantastic group of plants for introducing some vertical drama and movement and vibrant colour to the summer border. And I'm planting crocosmia peach melba, which has a dark chocolatey stem and then neon orange, almost fluorescent flowers. The key to crocosmia flowering really well is to plant them in the right spot. So they need ideally full sun and rich but free draining soil. And that means if you're gardening on heavy clay, you might want to dig in some grit or some organic matter to improve the drainage. Here, I've worked compost into this bed over the last couple of years, so I know they're going to be really happy. Crocosmia grow from corms, and I happen to have a pocket full of them. And if you look closely, you can see that they've got a pointy end and then a flat end where the roots are going to be emerging. So they need to be planted pointy end up. And I'm going to make a small hole for each one to plant them individually. And as a general rule, they need to be planted with twice their own depth again above them under the soil. So that means I'm planting them about 10 centimetres deep and about 10 centimetres apart. I'm going to be planting 7 of them here, and then I'm going to save the rest for another patch further down. And over the next few years, they will multiply and form a really dense clump, which I can then dig up and divide to make more of them further down the line. I'm going to give them a quick water in to settle the soil around them, and it's as simple as that. I should start to see signs of growth in about a month. One thing worth mentioning is that sometimes crocosmia don't flower in their first summer after planting as dry corms. So if that happens to you, don't panic. They're just getting their energy together and they'll flower really well for you next year. So, crocosmia, bold, bright and incredibly easy to grow. Whether you go for bright reds, glowing oranges or soft buttery yellows, they're a fantastic addition to the summer garden. Right, I've got a few more of these to get in the ground and I look forward to seeing you next time.